Just as there are too many words to learn to read and spell one by one, there are also too many words to learn the meaning of one by one. Etymology, the study of word origins, can provide insight into families of words with the same origin. When meanings for common base words, prefixes and suffixes are taught, it becomes possible to understand a much wider range of words. For example, the meaning of the Latin word base struct is build, so the meanings of deconstruct, reconstruct and instruction can be worked out drawing on knowledge of prefixes and suffixes. Etymological knowledge also helps us understand spelling. English has lots of words that have come from other languages. This relates to the history of England, which was invaded by the Scandinavians, the Anglo-Saxons and the French, and words from these languages were incorporated into English. In the 1500s, scholars in England also borrowed words from Greek and Latin, particularly scientific and medical terminology. There are a number of distinct spelling patterns that are not orthographically opaque that come from Greek, Latin, French or other languages. For example, the spelling pattern CH, sounding like the sh sound, appears in French words like chef. Adults are often interested in finding out about word origins, and this work can be pitched at a learner's level in interests or learning needs. It can be described as archaeological work, diving into the historical reason that words and spellings have come to exist. When learning new words and spelling patterns, building a multi-layered understanding of both the orthographic pattern and the word origin helps create a rich neural network that supports moving knowledge into long-term memory. Spelling patterns link with semantic word families, and this provides a meaningful reason for a spelling pattern. The most common base words, prefixes and suffixes can be taught to provide foundation knowledge in this area. Once adults know how to find etymological information, they can be more self-directed to seek out word origins for words that interest them.
So today we're going to talk a bit about etymology. So that's the study of word origins, where words have come from.
All right.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah, and it helps us with spelling as well.
Right.
So English has lots of words that come from other languages. So having a look at this map here of England, we can see all of the people who have invaded England, which has affected the language. So
Interesting.
England was invaded by Scandinavia, people from Scandinavia, and also the French here. And in the 1500s, scholars in England borrowed words also from Greek and Latin. So Greek and Latin words are really common, and they're often about science and medical kind of subjects. Yeah.
Right.
So words from other languages bring us ideas that have meanings, and the spellings can be a bit different to what we expect.
Right.
So just having a little look at your sentence from yesterday, we have the word phoned. Yesterday I phoned my friend on my mobile, which has a f sound at the beginning.
Yep.
But it's actually spelled with a PH, and that comes from Greek.
All right.
Yeah, PH makes the f sound.
So
the correct spelling for phone is PHONE, or phoned, which was your word.
Right.
Yeah. So let's have a look.
Sound the same.
They sound the same, PH and the f sound. Exactly right. So phone is an example of a root word from Greek that means sound.
Right.
So all these words with phone in them would be related to sound. Like saxophone, an instrument of course, or microphone, which of course has to do with sound as well. Can you think of any phone words?
Well, telephone, I guess.
Yeah, telephone. That's the long version of phone. Any others?
Symphony.
Good one. Symphony. And that's certainly got a lot of sound.
I didn't realise it was the sound part, the
Yeah,
phony.
that's
phony.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So another word to be aware of that also has this PH spelling, that's a common word, is the word photo or photograph, which means light.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Not sound.
Yeah, in this case.
Yep.
That's right.
But pronounced with the F. Yeah.
The
Photo.
F with the PH spelling. That's right.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
That's good.
Learning should build on prior knowledge and relate to learners' experiences. Commonly, adults encounter complicated, long words in relation to health issues. The Greek and Latin origins of these words can provide insight into how medical words can be understood and spelled. The word parts often provide some description of the medical issue, and this knowledge can help deepen understanding not only of the word, but of the condition itself. Online dictionaries and the website Etymonline make this information easily accessible.
So today we're going to have another look at Etymonline.
Good.
So remember, this tool helps us to explore the word origins or history of words. And I know you found it really interesting.
Yeah, fascinating actually.
Yeah. So the other day we were talking about audiology because you'd been to the audiologist.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look up the word audiology. And today we'll just focus on the word part audio, and we'll click through. Okay, so we can see here that audio means sound or hearing.
Yep.
So to do with sound or hearing. And we can also look at other related words, so other words that have audio in them. Here are some. So we've got audiology,
lots of them.
audio tape, audio visual, to do with vision. And let's also have a little look at dermatitis, because that one came up in our reading the other day.
That's right.
Type. Dermatitis. Okay, and we'll just have a little look at the word part itis on the end of the word there.
Okay.
So we can see here that itis is to do with inflammation.
Right.
Yeah, and there are lots of other words that have itis in them. Big list. Do you recognise any?
Yeah. Laryngitis.
Mm-hmm.
I had that the other day, and really sore throat and croaky.
Yeah,
and,
it's
so
inflammation
laryngitis
of
is the larynx.
larynx, which is the voice box.
Yep.
Yeah, well done.
Words that learners are using or need to understand can also be a prompt for learning about word origins. Activities can demonstrate how a base word establishes meaning, and the prefixes and suffixes can modify this, changing meaning or part of speech. Activities that enable a learner to consider new words in different contexts and apply them to their everyday life will support ongoing learning.
So after we've discovered the origin of a word or a word part, we can use a word web to take it further and explore other words in the same family.
Right. Good.
So you said you went to the audiologist. Do you remember what the word part audio means?
Yep. Had to do with hearing and sounds.
That's right,
Yeah.
exactly right. And as we know, ologist means somebody who studies something.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think an audiologist might be?
Someone you go to deal with hearing and sound issues.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's what they've studied, exactly.
Mm.
So here are some related words that we wrote down earlier. So audio comes from Latin, as well as au, or to perceive. So let's have a little look at the word audible. Do you know the meaning of that word?
It'll be able to be heard.
That's right, that's right. And what about if we add in to the beginning of the word audible, inaudible?
It reverses it, unable to be heard.
That's right,
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
right. So let's have a look at a word web now. So we can put all of these words into a word web, audio and or in the middle. So let's have a go now at using that word audiologist, and you can write it in a sentence.
Okay. I went to the audiologist to deal with my hearing problem.
Well done, perfect.